Jamie Foxx, he's done comedies, musicals, biopics. He even played the president. But can he carry an action movie?
Hey, D.
Where's Thomas, Vin?
It's okay.
No, his coach called and said he missed the game. Where is he?
Well, he took off a little while ago, but I think I know where he is. I'm going to get him right now.
He took off? He'd never miss a game.
Look, T and I had a little fight, so, I think he's just punishing me right now.
What kind of fight, Vin?
I don't know. He was just being him, you know?
And I'm sure you were just being you.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I told him no, he couldn't do something. He got pissed off, he took off, so I think I know where he is. I'm going to go get him right now.
Find him.
Sleepless stars Jamie Foxx as an undercover cop caught in a high-stakes web of the FBI, internal affairs, gangsters, all sorts of fun stuff, including the kidnapping of his son. How will he respond? And more importantly, how will you respond to this movie? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Sleepless. Yes, I know Jamie Foxx has done action before, but I don't know that he's been asked to carry an action movie quite like this. Here's the short answer to the question. Yeah, I think he does fine. I like Jamie Foxx. I think he's good here. I think he's especially raised by the level of the people around him. These aren't big A-list names, but they're doing good work. I love these people. Gabrielle Union, T.I., you've got Michelle Monaghan, who's having a week. She's also in Patriots Day that's out. David Harbour, who you may remember as the cop in Stranger Things, is here. He's doing good work. Dermot Mulroney is fine. Scoot McNairy, I think, is my favorite thing about the movie. I love him in *Halt and Catch Fire*. And he's playing such a different role here, and he's really good and enjoyable. So I feel like Jamie Foxx does great. Everybody around him is great. And if you're going to enjoy the movie, it's probably because you like this cast. The other reason you might like this movie, and you get a sense that there's some big butts coming, because there are, but the other reason you might enjoy it is the story is contained very well. It's very tightly woven. These characters, these places all make sense, and you have a sense of forward momentum through the story. It feels very much contained in a tight environment, like you would say like a Die Hard. You know, the big thing is Die Hard and such and such. Well, you could say this is Die Hard in a casino. It kind of has that feel to it. And that serves a movie well because it keeps the audience engaged and moving forward. The problem is, unlike Die Hard, it has no life. There's no creative spark to it. In Die Hard, you had problem solving, creative solutions, thinking outside the box. Anytime our protagonist runs up against anything here, it's all just fist fights and punching, and there's not a level of intelligence to how he's making his way through this plot. So it doesn't keep you engaged on that level, so you're kind of moving, but there's not a lot interesting to think about. Not only that, there's not really much to care about. You get a sense with the kidnapping of the son that this movie also kind of wants to be like Taken, you know, kind of that visceral feel of recapturing something, or even John Wick with kind of the revenge angle. But it's not that. And you know why? Because we don't know what to care about. I mean, sure, in essence, you're going to care about a father and a son getting together. We believe in fathers and sons, but I don't know that the movie tells us why. We don't understand their relationship deep enough for us to really feel anything. And if you don't feel anything, you can't root for anything. And I think that's a big negative for this film. And finally, the reason this movie doesn't work really at all, it's the ending. This movie starts out okay, moves to mediocre, and ends absolutely ridiculous. It's just like thing after thing after thing that you completely roll your eyes at. I don't want to give anything away. In fact, it's kind of so bad it's good. And in that way, I want you, if you watch this, to be able to experience those last 30 minutes just for yourself so you can laugh along with the unintentional comedy that is happening on screen. It really does get that bad at the end. Overall, I'm kind of disappointed by Sleepless. Not that I was expecting a ton, but I love a good action movie, and Sleepless is not one. I give it a C-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. Before we do, if you want to connect more, I'd love that. You can hit me up on Twitter at Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER. And if you do the podcast thing, highly encourage you to check out SiftPop Podcast, SiftPop. Just search for it in your podcast player. You should find it. We do a weekly pop culture podcast. Having a great time there. A recent episode you might enjoy, we did the SiftPop Movie Awards for 2016. Had a great time with those. So again, SiftPop, SiftPop. You can also connect on YouTube. Feel free, subscribe, comment. Let's have a good time. On to the Best Ever Challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to guess my choice. What is the best Jamie Foxx movie ever? He's been in quite a few, and some good ones, some prestige pictures from Mr. Fox. Mine, however, is the one where he's the cab driver who was not expecting exactly what happened to him. I think that's specific enough. You can take a guess at mine in the comments and also leave your choice there as well. I'd love to discuss that with you. As always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe logo. It's right down in this corner.